Whales of the Coast. Whales of the Coast, that's kind of what I'm going to call them from now on, especially after what I witnessed at Magic 30th. And you want to see a whole rundown of that, check out my last video where I talk about the positives and negatives that I experienced along with other players and collectors at that event. Now, why am I calling it Whales of the Coast? Because it's pretty apparent in the last at least 5 years, especially since Throne of Eldraine, that they've been catering more towards a whale type of collector and player and investor, and they're kind of foregoing all the regular scrubs. They're for Arena. They want them to play Arena or buy a secret layer here and there, you know, just to make sure that the LGSs have no support. Now, why am I calling it Whales of the Coast specifically? Because of the 30th anniversary edition and how they handled the situation. It's absolutely brutal. Now, when I say brutal, I mean brutal. You're talking $1,000 product for the 4 packs. Already on announcement, people were upset. Probably the most negative I've seen the community towards any product since I've started playing and collecting the game. I mean, it was complete outroar from almost every single person on YouTube who makes Magic the Gathering content, and not just that, from the player base as well. If you check out like Facebook groups and Instagram, people are pretty much taking a big, huge dump on this product. So what does Wizards of the Coast do after all this obvious outrage? Do they give the people who went to the event any sort of freebies? Any of the people who got the access pass after obviously spending a lot of money on flights, a lot of money on hotels and Ubers back and forth from their hotel because you can't really walk a lot in Las Vegas. It's not a very walkable city. What do? They do get freebies. So there you go. Congratulations to Whales of the Coast for that. But it was actually to the Black Lotus VIP holders. They got an extra $1,000 in proxy card value, well, retail price on the website. So they're getting an extra $1,000 for free while everyone else gets nothing. So the people who probably love the game more as a game to go there and play get nothing, but the people who spend money on the VIP pass, not all of them are going to be investors or whales, but some of them are. They get freebies. Now, I think Wizards of the Coast could have handled this a lot better. In fact, I think they had some of the worst PR possible. They could have easily gave everyone's experience a little bit of a juice up, if you will, with a free pack of Collector's Anniversary 30th edition, but they didn't. That actually might have got some of them to soften their anger towards Wizards of the Coast. They might have been like, you know what? I'm really upset with the pricing and all that, but at least I got a pack for free, and I got to open up, and it was a nice experience, and I can use these proxies in my, non-tournament legal commander decks. That could have actually helped out the situation, but instead they went all in. They're like, you know what? We need to keep the whales. We don't care about the snails. The snails are just the regular players who are just scrubs who want to play Magic. But the whales, they care about. They want them to stay in the game and keep buying from them. I honestly, if I was a whale, I would probably feel like I was being taken advantage of. It's pretty clear. It's like they're trying to milk you dry and then shift the actual game under the rug and just make it Arena. So it's like, hey, you like cards? Well, too bad. Play Arena, and then we're going to cater directly to the whales with the collectible cards, like numbered cards and collector boosters and stuff like that. Well, more VIP product maybe down the line, which I think is definitely going to happen. I mean, unless they pull back a bit after all this negativity, which is possible they could, but I just don't know about that. And one particular moment at this event really hit a chord with me. I went to the Richard Garfield experience, and it was basically like a Zoom interview because he couldn't actually make it. And there was one moment where he was talking about the game and how it should never lose the focus of being a game above a collectible. He actually said that, and the audience went nuts, started applauding like crazy, whistling, cheering, and I was amongst some of the people doing that as well. Well, almost everyone in the crowd was doing that. And it was an awkward moment because you could see the interviewer on the stage kind of shake his head, kind of agreeing, but you can't obviously agree too much if you work for Wizards of the Coast, because they might look at that later on and be like, why did you agree with what he said? You're fired. Get out of here. We want to keep selling to the whales. So that moment kind of really resonated with me because Richard Garfield, if you don't know, he is the creator of Magic the Gathering, and if that is his thoughts, and he obviously didn't specifically mention the 30th anniversary edition, but I wondered if that was what he was kind of leaning on because of, obviously Wizards of the Coast in the last at least 4 years has been kind of focusing more on being a collectible rather than a game. And I was actually going to ask Richard Garfield if that's what he meant to kind of clarify, but they were carefully curating the questions because there was someone there asking you beforehand, before you went on the mic, what you were going to ask. And I'm pretty sure I would have been ejected and be like, no, you're not asking that. Go back to your seat or get out of here. They would have not let me ask that question. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. And if you wanted to go to a cheaper event because of how expensive Magic 30th was, and if you're in Toronto or Canada, there is a face-to-face tour that I'll be at as well, and I'll have a link to that in the description. There's a lot of cheap Commander packages that you guys can use, and you can also use the link in my description. Also, my code Mattcaster for $5 off your experience and your package at the event. And if you use my code and my link, come see me at the table, and I'll actually give you an extra $5 event voucher that you guys can use at the event, and I hope you guys enjoy that. And I want to see you guys at the event. I want to see you guys there. If you're in Toronto, if you're in Canada, if you're in the area, please come by. I would love to see you and say hi. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, remember to leave a like down below so this video does get shared into YouTube's algorithm. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Being a patron will help me produce more market movers and add to the funds that I will use for my random buys, and also to my coffee fund, because I drink a lot of coffee for these videos. And here you can see a link below in the description that will give you all the tiers and what you get in each tier. So I hope you guys click and think about joining. And with that, I'll see you next video. Think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.